How we doing, Jess?
We're getting ready.
Getting ready? This is day 2 now, right?
This is day 2. I was just in the washroom for the past half an hour getting rid of the raw steak I had last night.
Yeah, steaks were not great last night, but
breakfast was fantastic.
Superb. Really, really good. I think they were just overwhelmed last night, so for the most part, it's been a great stay. The Forestel's a really, really cool spot.
Best sleep I've had on a snowmobile trip ever. And
yes, we had a great, great sleep.
Show them out the window. Show how all 4 idiots didn't have covers and their machines are covered in snow, and mine is the only one that has a nice cover on it.
There's Rich. There's my sled.
There's
Kosta.
mine with a cover, and then, yeah.
Yeah, Jesse brought that small little storage cover, which is great. And I ended up with a dusting of snow. All right, we're gonna make our way outside. We're gonna fill some oil.
And then we're
heading
to, where are we going, Mike?
So today we are heading up to Matagami. So we've got about another 320, 330K ride up to Matagami. I had buddies that were there yesterday. Follow Jamie Attridge on YouTube. He's given me the thumbs up that the riding's been great. So should be another good ride today. We'll see you guys shortly on the trail.
Where are we going today, Kosta? No one knows.
We're going north.
We're going north, yeah.
We're going north.
I'm gonna do some recording this morning too.
Dope. Okay. Machines are all ready. Let's hit the trail. What did he say, Ender?
We're gonna send it.
We're gonna send it.
All right. Boys are back at it again. Just leaving the Forestel, and we're gonna make our way up to Matagami. Another beautiful day. I think it's minus 18. We good? Usually takes Jesse an hour and a half to get going in the morning with all the technology. Let's go! Fuck! Definitely a cool spot. I think last night they were just a little overwhelmed with the amount of people that they had, but great hotel, good location. Fucking Jess has no clue where he's going. Hey?
Much better today.
Yeah, it's not as cold. Absolutely gorgeous day. So we are just coming out of Val-d'Or now. And we got probably about 300 and I think like 325K to get up to Matagami. And it's really just like, I think it's just one trail the whole way up. Talked to some buddies yesterday that are in Matagami. They said it's been great. Everything's pretty much groomed on the east side. I think they said the west side was a little rough. So looking forward to a good ride. Love it. They do such a great job here. I think we've been saying, even though it's only day 1, like the grooming here is spectacular. I mean, the trails are so well kept. I don't know too much about like the differences between like how the systems work, but it's fantastic.
I can see a fucking thing.
Jesse says the snow dust is bad and he can't see anything, so. But yeah, we've been enjoying it so far. It's always a good time. Such a great group of guys. We're riding with Rich Outdoors, who's awesome. And You know, we hooked up with him through the Snowmobile Sessions show, which Jesse and I log into every Monday night. So you guys should check that out. With Bobby, Rev Rider 550, and Gary from Mud Brats. Great bunch of guys. So happy we got to kind of meet them and connect. It's been great. So you can see here, we're just getting on the main trail. Absolutely freshly groomed the whole way back. It's awesome. Here we go. Oh my. Wow, this is heavenly. Just absolutely pristine. Perfect. Looks like a fresh groom last night, but we did get a couple centimeters of snow, so just a little bit on top should be perfect for cooling. Yes! Amazing! Man, this is really where you can let these 850s go and see what the big bores are all about. They're just awesome. So before we started our trip, I've been starting to play a little bit with setup now. I've got about 2200K on the XRS, and I ran down the factory carbides pretty good, those stock 4 inches, and I connected up with a company that I haven't really used in a long time. I used to run Bergstrom Skegs on my old cats, and connected up with Clark Wilson, who's kind of the main guy that gets them here in Ontario. I just had a feeling for some reason that they would be a really good carbide for the way that these new 2021s handle. I gotta say, I mean, firstly, the boys did me a solid when I was getting everything ready on Friday night to leave Saturday morning. Jesse was working in the trailer with Andrew, and they were actually getting them on my sled for me while I was packing. So I gotta say, I hit the trail with them Saturday morning. These Bergstrom 6-inch triple points on the 2021 XRS for trail riding are absolutely phenomenal. I cannot believe how good they are. I was shocked. I let all the guys try my sled. Jesse was like nuts about it, and he's thinking of probably ordering a set now. And even our buddy Andrew, who's got the turbo, same thing there. He was really impressed. Super light steering, and really you get great bite and cornering. So far so good. Now that being said, I haven't tried them in loose stuff yet. It's been mainly a hard pack, fresh groomed trail, but they honestly, they work amazing, like amazing. These are the kind of trails you're putting on big miles really quick. So yeah, super impressed with these carbides so far. I think it was the right move. And I used to use them back on the cats and was really satisfied with them, so it's really impressive.
Okay, so we are at the warm-up shack just north of Sanitaire on our way to LaBelle for lunch, and then continuing on to Matagami. Trails have been absolutely mint. All our machines are sitting outside. It's nice and toasty in here. Andrew's warming up.
Trying to. Beautiful day.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the trail so far?
Oh, fucking mint.
Jinx. Yeah.
We know each other here. That's it.
Yeah. So good. Couldn't ask for better.
Amazing.
And yeah, we're just gonna continue trekking on, and hopefully we'll get there before dark.
Oh yeah.
In these trails, I don't think that's going to be hard.
Night ride.
We always say we're going to go for a night ride, and then we get to the hotel, we're like, we're not going for a night
We've only
ride.
got like what? Not even 150K left.
No, it's about 70K to the restaurant, and then 120 from there to the hotel.
Okay.
we still got a good amount to go. Okay, we're just leaving the warm-up shack. Everyone is ready to go.
All right, nice little stop there.
We were chatting with Rich in the warm-up shack, and he actually rode through here last year, and one day they did 500 and just shy of 540K, and he said it took him about 8 hours. So listen, if the trails are like this, it's not that hard.
Met some other Quebecers that are out riding. I think they're heading to Rouen, they said. Such beautiful riding here, man. Oh, it's like trails are like highways. It's so good. We've all been saying like pretty much like the best conditions we've probably ever ridden in. They just keep the trails in such good shape, but I think a lot of it has to do too with the terrain. Like the terrain here, these almost look like roads, right? Whereas in Ontario, I mean, you're dealing with such different terrain, so it's probably a lot harder to keep those kinds of trails. I mean, these literally are like highways. They're crazy, and you can really rack up miles quickly. Super, super good riding. And this is where you want to have the power. I mean, even the guys that have probably the big 4-stroke turbos, and you can really run hard here. Got a chance also to drive Rich's Polaris Assault a couple of times. Really cool sled. Again, got a shout out to Polaris. They're doing amazing things. The new gauge is awesome. Definitely a lot different. You know, it took me, I only rode it for about 10 minutes. It's uncoupled skid, and that's really what he prefers. I mean, when I got it on the lake, the thing launches like crazy. It's really fast. Beat our 850s every time, like not even close. For trail riding, I'm still a do man. I don't know what it is. I just feel, I know I'm so used to the do's. I just feel like they're just so awesome for trail riding. Every like aspect, the suspension works great. It's cushy. And then even when you get these into the bumps, they're awesome. I felt like a little bit of chatter on the Polaris a little bit in the rear. But Rich is really saying I gotta try the VR1, which is I guess the 137, which is kind of like the, you know, the more of the equivalent, I guess, to an XRS. So we'll have to give that a try if I ever get a chance to ride one. But I can't say enough good things. I love my 850 XRS. It's friggin' amazing. Now that I got these Bergstrom triple point Skags on, it really does handle nicely. Lifts the ski a little bit. You got to work to keep them down a bit, but it's awesome. Definitely better than those Stalkers for sure. Although I was impressed with it, honestly, the way it was out of the box. Absolutely epic day. I love these big sweepers. Just crazy. It's like a 401. You just cruise at like a $1.50.
We had some lake running in the morning. We did some drag races between all of us. The Matryx Assault 850, it's uncoupled. It's also a 144 and it's a 1.35 track. So Rich took off from all of us and he was easily the winner in all of the races. Besides that, me and Mike, obviously two same machines, pretty similar. Kosta with his 850, same machine. So all three of those are relatively within the same range. Andrew's 900 turbo, at like first, when you first gun it, like the 850s will pull ahead, but the 900 turbo will catch up and it will pass. I actually think, like from the riding that we've done, it actually has a higher top end than the 850 in terms of top speed. But we have to determine that with more testing, but we haven't done it enough times that I can be certain with that judgment. We've had a lot of issues. The GoPros have been getting cold, and also with the snow that fell yesterday and the really cold weather yesterday and today, we had a shit ton of snow dust. So it was just getting into everything and making the GoPro freeze, and it just wasn't great. So, but now hopefully it's working. We got to a warm-up shack and we tried to melt as much as we could. And it seemed like everything was working.
The other thing too, we got Rich on the comms, and it's just amazing when you've got these cardos and you're riding together. I mean, it makes it that much safer. So Jess will give me kind of like a heads up if there's guys coming or anything like that. So, you know, you can ride a little more aggressively and feel comfortable about it. Just because I can typically hear them say, hey, you know, there's some guys coming, or it's great. We've really enjoyed it. Been playing around with a lot of the tech on the Skidoo as well, like with the gauge. The mapping through BRP Go has been also working really well in Quebec, so we've been playing around with that quite a bit. And it's great. You just got to have your phone plugged in, make sure that it's on the BRP Go app, you know, and then just launch it from the gauge or from the dial down here, and it's awesome. You get full mapping. You can record your ride, you know, lots of cool features. Definitely, like when I was trying Rich's and he was kind of showing me like what the Polaris gauge is, it's certainly amazing. Like the size of it, for me, the biggest thing with the Polaris is like even the positioning of it is amazing. So they've done a great job with it. But I'm just hoping we can get the Ontario mapping next year. It'd be great. See Jess's snow cloud up there in front of me. I've done a lot of riding, and honestly, this is like amazing. Not a lot compares to this. It's pretty much over the top perfect. It kind of depends like what you like too. I mean, different strokes for different folks, right? Sometimes I like, you know, nice scenic stuff like back in Halliburton, Muskokas, whatever. But I mean, to get the adrenaline going, I love these big wide highways that you can just blast down. And it's cool. You come into the trees for a bit and you go back and blast again. Nice mix of running for sure. Hope you guys have been enjoying our videos. We've had a blast making them so far. We've had a lot of fun with the channel. And it's just been cool to connect with people and help guys out. And you know, we get a lot of positive feedback and guys messaging us about, you know, all the stuff that we're trying and things we're doing. Really appreciate everybody's support and tuning in and watching all the vids. It's a lot of work to make them, but I gotta say, Jesse kind of really figured out what he's doing when it comes to editing. He's got it down pat. I'm still learning. We're testing out the new Hero GoPro or GoPro Hero 9s as well. They seem to be working really well. Definitely much better than the 7s for cold weather. I would have typically had no batteries by now, and these things last much longer. A little split there. Good?
Look at Mike's smile. Unreal. Unreal. I don't think so. Oh yeah, you are. Oh, there's Drew coming in hot. Oh, there you go. So good, so good. Whoa, there's some big ass hills. Just filled up gas in, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Quebec, maybe? It's right in front of us on that street sign. But this is the most amount of sleds we've seen all day, for sure. Stopped for lunch at the pizzeria over there. It was delicious. We all had poutines, and or actually me, Mike, and Kosta had poutines, and I believe the rest had pizza. And now we're continuing on the trek to Matagami. Want to make sure everyone's behind me before I take off. Look at this lineup we got here. We're on our last 15 kilometers of the day, coming into Matagami. We're staying at Hotel Matagami tonight, and then tomorrow we're heading towards La Sarre, which is a pretty good day of riding. So now I can say we're at, I'll give you an exact reading, 644 kilometers of trails with not a single bump. That's the record so far for this trip.
If you like that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the Sled Addicts YouTube channel, where we release content on everything snowmobiles. Also, hit that bell icon so you can be updated every time we release new videos.